welcome guys to my YouTube channel. This is Love and Relationship with William Clarks, the man with magic fingers. So today once again we are going to talk about, of course, the purpose of a relationship, why people date, mostly at university levels. Young people go into relationships and most times they don't make meaningful relationships. So today we are here to break it down and know really why people date. And today still I have two lovely ladies with me here, and they are going to be introducing themselves. So please introduce yourself to us.
Alright, hi everyone. My name is Cynthia Anna, and I'm honored to be on this show.
Right.
Hello everyone, my name is Achakara Nina. I am here working alongside William on his nice show. Feel free to subscribe to his channel, William Clarks, Love and Relationships. For Waterworks services, contact Joapuk Waterworks. Find him online at joapukwaterworks@gmail.com or on Instagram and Twitter. In case you want services dealing in construction of wells, plumbing, basically anything dealing with waterworks, feel free to contact him. His services, I can guarantee you, are very reliable and you want to greatly appreciate.
Right. So today we are going to be talking about why people date and why people go into relationships, especially young people. Cynthia, many times people of our age go into relationships, and most times these relationships are not built on anything.
True.
And so we are here to know and to tell people out there why most times do young people go for a relationship. Mostly young people at university levels. Why do they always go into relationships? Like, what do you think?
Well, I think young people normally go into these relationships because of peer pressure, bandwagon, and because they're trying to fit in with their friends in the society, because it has been pinned that way that if you're not in a relationship, you don't fit in.
Yeah.
Yes, so most times the young people in our age bracket, and even those younger than us, they go into these relationships so that they feel like they can fit in. And in other cases, they go into these relationships because they've probably not been loved enough by family, friends, relatives, and they're seeking for this kind of love that they can only find in someone of their age, and they term it to be a relationship.
Yeah.
They term it as dating, and that is where we've gone wrong.
Okay. So Nina, what do you have to tell us? Why do young people date? Like, seriously, why? Because people go into relationships even without a plan. Because most times people date, as we all know, people date most times for marriage.
Well, it's simple.
So is it the same thing when it comes to young people out there, young people at the university? Is it the same thing? Do all their main aim for dating go into marriage, or so what's that really?
Personally, I think it's very simple. We date for companionship. Like, no one wants to be lonely. I wouldn't want to be lonely. I have been lonely for a long time and I do not want to go back. You want this person that you can talk to, someone who will be your friend, someone who will listen to you, even when you don't really need, sometimes you don't really need advice, just want someone to listen to what you say, to hear you out and make you feel, as you say, to feel loved. You don't want to die lonely. Like, we need love.
True.
That's what I know. So I think we did for companionship. It's that simple. The rest come after, because in the long time, of course you're going to date because you're lonely, you feel like this person makes you happy, you want to have some fun with someone, and with time as you're in this relationship, dating with that person, you start to grow in your relationship, and that's when the other things come up, and you feel like you want to take it to the next level, and suddenly you don't want to date other people, because of course most people date more than one person. We have seen that a lot, but you start to see that this person is what you want. You don't really need the others. Suddenly you want to focus on this one person, and your whole life rotates around them. That's when you start thinking of other plans for the future. Yeah.
So what you're trying to say, so within a long run, when people go into relationships, what drives them is, let me say, like personal desires, because they want like to not feel lonely. They feel like their emotions need to at least be relied on someone, because at times you can feel lonely and you feel there should be someone to be there for you emotionally, physically, like
Someone to cheer you up.
you just need someone to cheer you up. Have you ever been in a scenario, Cynthia, where you go into a relationship just because you need to meet your personal desires? For you, would you really go for a relationship because of personal desires, or you would have a strategy for it? You'll be like, no, I'm going for a relationship because I need to achieve it to a level of marriage.
Well, I have been in that situation before, and of course I went in because of peer pressure, and I felt like I needed my desires to be fulfilled, but in the end of the day, they were not fulfilled.
True.
Yes, because I believe that when you're going in for something, you need to have an end goal in mind.
Yeah.
You need to have a vision for it. You need to have a reason as to why you're going into this relationship. So, going in because you want to fulfill your desires, you normally end up either hurting yourself, or these desires are not fulfilled at the end of the day.
True.
Yes.
There is a thing that most people always like.
What thing?
When they go into a relationship. Now, when young people, this is what I've realized, most of the young people out there, when they're going into a relationship, someone just wants to go for it just for the sake of trying it out, whether it will be.
I think that's a good thing also. Sometimes you think you know yourself, but you don't know yourself until you start seeing this person, and you start discovering that, I can be like this, and you see things about yourself that you didn't know. Yeah, it's like having friends. Sometimes friends make you do things that you didn't think you'd ever do.
So you think it's also a good idea just to go for it?
Yeah, just keep trying. Like, this is the age. Like, you can't just go once and then you meet your own, you're like in movies. So you have to keep trying until you realize what you actually want. Discover yourself.
So basically, most young people go into this because they really want to get the right person, or to know who they are, to know someone they would really be with in the future.
I think
like to learn
we don't
all
think
this
about
person's
that
characteristics
at
and
this
all that.
Like, basically you just want to have fun and be happy. But like, that comes later. You start thinking, I think, then you start looking at something bigger with this person. Yeah.
For me, I think it depends on the kind of person you also are. Because we have different kinds of people. There are those that are carefree, that feel like, let's have fun, let's try it out. And then there are those that are visionary. Everything they do, they want to know where it's going to end. They want to have a basis, a strong foundation for this thing, that in case of anything, even if it falls, they will not break.
Yeah.
Yes. They want to have this kind of relationship where I know that for sure I'm going to end up with this person without any doubt. So I think it also depends on the kind of person you are. If you're that kind of person that wants a solid relationship, that don't want to go around, running around, trying out things, and discovering yourself. Because in the end, sometimes people make mistakes as they're discovering themselves.
Yeah, that's
Mistakes they cannot reverse.
true. Yeah, a lot of mistakes and with a
Yeah,
lot
you
of
don't like
regrets.
experience.
It could be.
Yeah, no.
Okay, you don't tell
Right.
us.
So what you're trying to say is, so the best way to do this is having a strategy where you say, I'm going in for this, but with a mind of you have envisioned it in a way that I want it to last longer. I'm not just going for it for fun or something, but I want something that is not going to be solid, something that is going to last.
Like I said, it depends on the person you are. I may want it that way, she may not want it that way. And it's okay. It's okay for us to have different experiences, different ways in which we view life. Yes. Some people want it solid, others want it liquid.
So what's the liquid doing? What is the liquid doing?
Dating 10 people at once.
Once and discovering yourself in the process.
Wow. But I think mostly for me, what I think is many times young people take because of peer pressure. Because you see everyone around, maybe your circle, everyone is dating and people having fun.
You're like,
And then you sit back and you have those fantasies, then now you're mixing with the movies you've watched.
You know what it means to watch your friends all happy.
And you'll be like, really? So someone ends up even going for a relationship without even a plan.
Yeah.
Like, let me just go for it just because the whole of my circle is into this thing. So I can't just be there, the only person who's left out. Like, I should also go and experience this. And like you say, the process of going to, just without a strategy, we make mistakes, and those mistakes we can't reverse them back and we end up regretting. So I think the whole thing here is peer pressure, and it depends on the circle that you're in. That's why you see, if you're around people who are single,
You remain single
you also be single.
because you console yourself.
Yeah, because you'll be like, yeah, that's
us.
yeah, like that's the trend. So I think the whole thing is just depends on the circle that you're really in. Yeah, the kind of people you surround yourself with. Yeah, because now if, like you say, if the pressure is much from the people that you're with, you also be forced to go into the dating kind of stuff. So what do you think? Like, what do you guys have to tell the people out there? Like, what's the best way to do this? To avoid this whole stuff of peer pressure and not jumping into things just because someone else is doing it, to say, okay, let me also try it out. So what's the best way to do it? Because people out there, they are making mistakes and they are getting confused about this whole stuff. I need you guys to shed light into this. What is the best way to do this instead of allowing peer pressure to drive you? Because you have come into a whole point that it is peer pressure that causes this. Like, looking at all the other points, and but we discover that peer pressure holds the big weight of it. Or maybe if I'm just saying, what do you guys have to say? Does peer pressure lead this so much?
I can't say peer pressure, but it contributes a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Can end there. When you say a lot, meaning.
Though in my perspective, it wasn't peer pressure. Yeah, I'm dating. It's true. 6 months. So it's not really peer pressure, but there's a way that peer pressure sometimes can make you question yourself and you'll be like, are you doing the right thing? Now if you're in a group with like all your friends are dating and you'd feel like you want to. Now in my case, all my friends are kind of not. So you start saying, of course, you get all these, you get those vibes from them, and sometimes you don't know if you should chill with them or not, because you feel like you're now, it's not the same. Your relationship with them may change a bit. So many things that.
Because for your dating, they are singles.
Yes, there are some things that they'll be doing and you can't, so you have to choose what you know, what you want.
But do you realize at a certain point, because you're dating and they're also in your circle, you'll be like, because Nina is dating, I feel I should also, get someone.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
you influence them in one way or the other.
Yeah, that's very true.
So that's where the peer pressure comes in.
Yeah.
Oh. Cynthia, what do you have to say?
Well, me, peer pressure does contribute a lot, but like I said, it depends on the kind of person you are.
Yeah, that's true.
I may not be influenced by peer pressure, but there are so many people out there who are. Yes, personally, I am not driven by peer pressure.
That's very true. To get people who are not driven by peer pressure, there are actually very few people. There are not many. You can be in a group of many people who are doing the same thing, but you decide to isolate yourself and be like, me, I'm not doing this. Finding such kind of people in our society today is very, very rare.
I think it comes
Like-
with age, you grow. Like there's some things you do at a certain point, then at a certain point in your life, as you keep growing, you keep thinking and you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And then you just suddenly change and it's not, you've just grown, thinking like more mature. Because the way you used to think when you were in high school, when you were 18, when you're 17, is not how you think when you're 22. There's a bit of maturity that comes and you keep.
Yeah, that's true. But do you understand that peer pressure beats it doesn't look for age.
I think when you're in a group, usually you're like
It doesn't.
in
It
the
beats
similar
in-
age group. You're all like similar. Like most groups, like those circles of friends, most of them are not so far apart. Because usually you connect best with people who are near your age. Because it's hard to find someone who's in a circle and the other guy is 30 or you're 20.
Yeah,
The
true.
other one is 15. Like usually around the same age.
Yeah,
So like
yeah, so still it rounds up to one thing, peer pressure. Yeah, so
that's why I think, but I still think it's companionship.
companionship,
But peer pressure is a very big factor.
Yeah.
A big factor,
big factor.
but it's not the main.
It's not the main, but it's a big factor. You guys,
Actually-
you also agree with it.
To me, I think peer pressure would be like the end result of you're looking for a companion. You've been lonely. You need someone, and then all your friends around you have people. So now we begin to influence all those desires you have
Like,
to go
why
and
not?
look for someone.
Be like, I think I should also go for it. Because why not?
Yeah, because why not? Honestly.
Yeah, so peer pressure. Now, since you have come out to realize that peer pressure is the big guy here, so like you guys, you really agree to it. You said, yeah, peer pressure contributes to a larger extent. So, I want us to tell the young people out there, to tell the viewers out there, the audience, that yeah, peer pressure is there, but then how can we fight this in a way that it's going to make us to have specific strategies for our relationship? Because going into something without a strategy or without a plan, it has its consequences, right?
Yes.
So what do you have to tell the people out there, like, what's the best way to do this? Like, if it is you, like, what's the best way to do it? Because people there need direction, really. Because going to do something without a plan, it has consequences. And this is one thing we don't want to face.
Personally, I think dating is it's like it's not a bad thing. So we can't really avoid it. It's a good thing. It's like a stepping stone to get into a relationship with someone. And when you're in that relationship, you get to realize you like this, you don't like this. It's like, and of course, there's sometimes you don't like something about someone, but you get to realize sometimes those things can't really make you leave that person.
Yeah.
You guys get this connection with that person, and with time you may grow or you may not. May become something more or it may not. So
Yeah. So
sometimes just do it and be like, let's see what happens.
what's
Never know, it may be a good thing.
so what's the whole point here? What do you have to tell people who are driven by peer pressure? What you should
But
they
driven by peer pressure. I think you should know what you want. Know what you
Know
want.
what you
Because at the end of
want.
the day, it is you.
Yeah, sure.
It's not your friends. It's not your friend who's going to be with him. It is you. Know what you want. But you're going to be there and you find someone you like them, they make you happy, but you don't want to date them because your friends say this about them. Next thing you know, your friends will move on and you'll be miserable.
Wow, I like that point so much. Know what you want. When you really know what you want, wow, you go far. Because like, I'm going for this because it's what I want. Whether you told me what, whether you told me this, like, I'm not going to change my mind about this because it's what I want to go for. It's what I really want. And yeah, it's a good thing. Know
Don't
what
want
you
to date you, don't.
Yeah,
If you feel like you want to,
man, that's so.
don't go and ask
true.
your friends, oh, should I date you? Should I leave you? Man, that's high school.
Yeah, and there's always this thing that is so common with girls. Should we talk about it? It's a topic of another day.
If you attack us, it's okay. We shall attack you too.
They're always in circles. Should I not?
That's the thing. It's always in circles, but that's the thing. You know what you want. You as a person.
It's the administration to decide.
Sometimes that advice is also good.
But at the end,
Save
it's
you
you
a
who
lot.
chooses. It's your choice.
It's your choice.
Cynthia,
Let your friends advise you, but not to choose for you.
what do you have to say about people who are driven by peer pressure? Nina just told us you have to know what you want. If you know what you want, you can't be driven by peer pressure. What do you have to say?
Well, I agree with you. Know what you want. Know who you are. Know your self-worth. And yes, at the end of the day, it goes to what you want
True.
and who you see yourself with and where you see this relationship going. Generally where you want to go as a person. So do not be driven by peer pressure. Those people will not be there with you when you're nashing. They will not believe you, they won't be there. You will nash alone, you will cry alone, and sometimes they'll be there to cry with you, but it doesn't really make a difference.
But the pain, it's you feels it.
Yeah, so know what you want.
They will console you, but for you know what you're going through. The
Yeah.
pain is heavy.
They say you can't know until you're in one.
You're in that place. True.
Exactly.
So know what you want, know who you are, know your self-worth, your values as a person,
Yeah,
and do not compromise for anybody.
true.
Do not compromise who you are and what you want for anybody, because if you do, it may not end well for you. So don't compromise. If I'm a Christian, born again Christian, and I'm not going to compromise my values because of also what I want.
True.
Yes. So I know what I want, but I'm not going to compromise. If it does not glorify God, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to date someone just because my friends are dating. At the end of the day, does it glorify God? What does God have to say about it? Is he happy when he sees you with this person? Is he turning his face the other side, or he's, that's my daughter
Yeah.
or my son? Yeah. So at the end of the day, do not compromise. Stand to yourself and be like, okay, I'm not going to do this because my friends want me to do it, or because it doesn't glorify God. Stand to your word, know who you are, know what you want. And at the end of the day, does what you want glorify God?
True.
Yes. And when it does glorify God, of course, everything else will put itself into place. the happiness, the companionship, the friendship, the person we want to talk to will all come with it if you just sit down and know who you are and what you want. Everything will put itself in place.
Wow, that is so amazing. So, wow, I don't know what to add on because you guys you just killed it all. And knowing what you want, then you just added that. Ask yourself this question: is what I'm doing, does it like make God happy? Does it glorify God? That's a very good question out there that you really need to ask yourself. Most times we want to do things just by our own thinking, we can really make the best result out of it, but forget there's a big man up there.
He's watching you.
Yeah, that's what who's watching you. You try, many times when you try to do stuff by your own, you realize that you're going to fail. So the point here is what you're trying to tell us that you should ask yourself: is God happy about it, or does it glorify God? So when you know that, you're good to go. Alright, so wow. For me, what I would say, at this age, people of our age, for me, what I would advise them: don't go with the peer pressure, because when you go with peer pressure, you will fall. The best thing to do is to make these people make them your friends.
Very true.
Let me put in a friend zone.
Yes.
Friend zone can hurt.
Don't rush. Don't rush. If you make these people your friends, probably you're going to build into that relationship kind of thing, and it's going to help you to know the characteristics and the quality of the person you really want to be with for your lifetime. Because rushing into something is going to cost you a lot, because you'll be driven by peer pressure. At the end of the day, you're going to get back what you are not really ready for.
Yeah.
So I think so taking your time and being in a friend zone, it's also not bad, because it's going to help you to know the person better, to learn their characters, and with time.
Have you ever been in a relationship where you're dating someone and you get to know them and you're like, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
Like, why was I even, fussing about this thing?
Yeah.
So I strongly agree with you. There's nothing as nice as dating your friend.
Yeah.
But while
It's really nice.
you're trying to be in a friend zone, make sure the person knows your intentions, because you may end up staying there forever.
Yeah, for real.
Stressful.
If you know that you want me, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah, like you can be friends, but at least let the
Sure.
person have a hint that
Yeah.
in case that's what I want.
So that's just my opinion. Like from a personal perspective, I think being making friends at this point is really a good thing, because it's going to help you to know what you really want, and to also go in line with that quality and characteristics of the kind of person you want. So yeah, that's what I would say. Don't allow peer pressure to take charge. Yeah. So I want to say thank you guys for turning up for this show.
Thank
It's really
you.
been nice
Thank you for
having you guys, and I want to say shout out to you guys who are watching. Always remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Love and Relationships with William Plux, the man with magic fingers. And I want to say, guys, what are your last words to the people, to the viewers out there? Just a shout out to them, and
guys, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like and spread the word. There's so many people out there who need to hear this message. So please, if you know someone who needs to hear this, let them know. Send them the link. Let them go and listen in. It could be a learning point for them.
yeah. Being the smart lady.
That's flattering. So I don't have much to say. Just know what you want. But don't be afraid to get what you want.
Yeah.
It's your life.
I believe.
Just go get it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel, Love and Relationships with William Clark. Also, in case you need services in waterworks, contact Joa Cook Waterworks, and you'll get services in plumbing, in case you need drainage works, rainwater harvesting, construction of wells, and all that. You can find him on Twitter at JoaCookW, or email him at joacookwaterworks@gmail.com, or find him on Insta at joap.ukwaterworks. Thank you.
Alright guys, thanks for the show and see you next time. Catch up later. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.